What's going on the campuses reminds me a little bit about the Vietnam War demonstrations. Okay, it's the responsibility of the university to create a safe and welcoming environment. And for many universities, including Columbia, they failed in doing that. But they're catching on. And right now, I think they're trying to do the right things.
That was Omega Family Office Chairman and billionaire donor to Columbia University, Leon Cooperman, moments ago, speaking to CNBC's Andrew Ross Sorkin about the ongoing political protests at Columbia over the Hamas-Israel war. Cooperman's comments came as some billionaire Columbia donors are saying they are rethinking their support of the school amid everything that is going on with the protests.
Yeah.
And Andrew joins us now. So
Andrew, I agree with Mr. Cooperman. I think maybe they were a little slow to it. I know this will make nobody happy, but I think Columbia is a good example of where they're trying to do the right thing. Now, it was Columbia where students took over. During the Vietnam War, students took over the president's office, and everybody thought that was so cool and so noble. Younger people like me grew up, and they're like, what? Mm-hmm. What? I was always, afraid to knock on the president of the university's door. There's nothing cool about anarchy and chaos on your college campuses. And I think sometimes these administrators, I don't know if they came straight from academia. I don't know what their problem is. But they're paid to be adults. They're paid to keep people safe. They're paid to have an orderly environment where students can learn. So I think Mr. Cooperman may be right there, that they're getting it. Better late than never.
Well, look, one of the things that just happened today is they've just announced they've gone hybrid effectively for the rest of the semester as a way of dealing with it. Now, a lot of people have said that means you're not controlling anything. That means you're effectively giving up. You're saying you can't control the situation. Now, maybe that's the practicality of where we are. But I think there is a real question as to whether Columbia is handling this well. I think they're getting better at it, if you will. But, that hasn't stopped Robert Kraft. Of course, the owner of the Patriots came out. He's an alumnus and said that he is effectively not going to be giving them more money. And there's a whole number, by the way, of major billionaire donors on Wall Street and others who come from Columbia. Warren Buffett, one of probably the most famous alumni. He has not spoken out. I think there's a real debate as to whether the donors should be trying to use their influence, not trying to use their influence. That's another piece of it. And so many of them, frankly, I know a bunch who would like to actually speak out, who say, you know what, I don't want to because I'm so scared that actually my employees will actually either turn against me on this issue or that my customers will turn against me on this issue. So there's a real sort of push-pull going on here in terms of all of it.
One of the elements that Mr. Cooperman mentioned in the clip that we just saw and listened to is he referenced the protests and the violence on campuses during the Vietnam War.
Right.
There is a night and day
difference. There's a difference
between that period of time and today. And the night and day difference is factored into something called the explosion of anti-Semitism as a result of all of this. I don't know how you contend with that.
I think the hardest part right now is how you create a distinction and a line. And this is what I think so many of these administrations are trying to figure out, is a distinction and a line between those who want to protest what Israel is doing in Gaza from a policy perspective and those who are genuinely anti-Semitic, genuinely harassing students, genuinely causing such physical problems that it's creating security issues and it's not allowing the students to learn. And it's shocking to me that the administrations can't figure out how to actually deal with this in a meaningful way. And there's, by the way, been a turn on the donor class, interestingly enough, saying that they shouldn't actually be using their influence. That's the other piece of this that I just wanted to mention, which I find so hypocritical. You have university administration saying, we shouldn't be listening to these donors. Why should we listen to these donors? The truth is that these universities have been selling influence, peddling influence to alumni for the last 50 years.
Yes.
That's the entire product that they're selling. They're saying, hey, we would like you to give us money. And by the way, if you give us money, we're going to allow you to have dinner with the president once a
And
year.
your stupid
and if you
kid can get in.
And your kid can get in. If you give us more money, you'll have 5 dinners with the president. Now you say, oh, I don't want to give the money, or I have a view. Talk to the hand. And I think it's just a fascinating development in terms of what we're seeing.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, MSNBC has a new and improved app. You'll get real-time alerts and analysis, live blogs, in-depth essays, video highlights, and the best 2024 election coverage. Download the new MSNBC app. Here's how to do it. You tap on the App Store on your phone. You hit search on the bottom right corner. You type in MSNBC. You click on the MSNBC app. You click on Get or the cloud icon and enjoy it.